Hey everyone, how's it going? Octopus here. Welcome back to Union Cross. We're going to talk about the new medal that just came out, Sora and Riku Kingdom Hearts 3. There you're dropping medals back to back to back. All powerful, all 2-turn buffers, all really good, and limited time Final Fantasy medals. So your jewels are just all over the place. If you guys are pulling, you can't go wrong with any of these medals, so good luck if you guys get it early. Stop there, go to the trade shop, buy the traits, and that's all you should be doing. Don't try to get multiple copies if you don't have a lot of jewels. If you get it early, then move on to the next banner, or if you do want another copy, then stick to that banner and get a second copy. All these medals can work everywhere, and they're perfectly fine to last a very long time. If you guys are still rocking Axel, Elsa, who was the other one? Axel was the speed one, Elsa was the magic one, and for the power one was Cloud. So if you guys are rocking those 3 setups, you're perfectly fine. You don't have to upgrade to this new Sora and Riku. You don't have to upgrade into anything else, on all honesty. The only thing I really like from here is the power setup, but we're going to talk about the new Sora and Riku, then I'm going to get into all that afterwards and a couple of other things. So, the banner. Didn't change it down here. There you go. So the banner is pretty straightforward. It's a 5 mercy pull. You get 10 VIP coins per pull, meaning you get 10 traits in total because you also get a trait roll per pull. So you have 10 traits to try to get perfect traits. If not, it's in the Mugo shop. But also if you guys are still buying VIP, VIP players get the guaranteed trait for 500 jewels, and you guys can do this up to 10 times each. So if you guys are still going VIP on this game, cheap to play means you buy VIP, you don't buy a bunch of jewel packs. I'm not calling you guys all that, but yeah, if not, because I've gotten that comment before, like, Octo, you called me cheap? No, it's just another version of saying it. Anyways, it's right here, 10 traits for 1,000 jewels. So like I said, if you do get it early, stop pulling, because 3,000 jewels plus 3,000 more and more, you're pulling another copy, but do you have enough jewels to trait all these medals? Because if you can't trait them, then there's no point. You need negative 60 aerial, ground, and extra attack to make them last a very long time. Plus 1,000s aren't as important, but definitely make the medal that much stronger to last even more than what it would originally. But those 2 options are there. So banner-wise, 5 mercy, 10 trait rolls, and the rest is fodder for the gut for that sweet, sweet banner down here that you get Renova medals and other good medals out of it. Currently, I have a bunch of points I'm going to save for later on. The banner itself, though, because it is a 5 mercy, everything you pull besides Sora and Riku is complete junk. Just sell it right away if you're not using it for sub slots. So if you're new to the game, because I've seen a couple of new people join, I've seen people not going to their sub slots. Go to sub slots for each one, optimize, and then if you go to sell and you can sell them, that means they're not in a sub slot or Keyblade setup. You're good to sell from there. So, banner-wise, really, really strong. The actual medal itself, very, very strong as well, too. This is Sora and Riku. We've had a couple of these versions of these medals come to the game plenty of times, but this is the Kingdom Hearts 3 version. Looks really badass. Besides that, it's got 45,383 strength, beautiful strength, above the average, and it's going to last longer than most of the medals. But again, if you guys have Axel, Axel's still going to last a long time. You don't have to upgrade. Now, for multiplier, it's got an 87.53. Again, pretty strong. Really, really strong. So above average on everything there. It's 2 gauges, so you can put attack boost max on it. You don't need SP gauge 0. With extra attack, though, that is going to cost you 4 gauges, so sometimes you do want to go down to the 1 or 0. Now, for its ability, it's an AoE 5 hits. Think of this medal as a speed version of Cloud. That's basically what you got to look at it. It's a speed version of Cloud. You compare it to Tifa. Tifa's more of a PvP medal / PvE, where this is all PvE. This is more reliable and like compared to a Cloud speed version. That's all you're looking at. So 2 turns, speed metal strength by plus 3,000 with extra attack. That's 6,000 for 2 turns. So on the first turn, you cast this medal. If you have extra attack, you get 3,000 plus 3,000. That's 6,000. On the second turn, that 6,000 carries over, and then you cast this medal twice again. You now have a total of 12,000 speed metal strength just from this one medal. So if it's early in the slots, you're going to get 12,000 for the rest of the Keyblade on turn 2. Really, really powerful. Obviously, it's strong enough to be in the end of the hitters, so that doesn't really matter either. You just got to remember those buffs that they benefit you put in the beginning or the end, depending on how more powerful your other speed medals are. So what's really good about this medal and other medals like it is that it takes care of itself. It has its own strength, upright, and speed strength buffs to max of 15, and defense, upright, and speed defense down by 15. So it's a buffer as well. It's just not a healer, doesn't take away paralysis, but technically if you get a quest where you don't have to do all that, then you can pretty much run a full Keyblade of this. But because of how powerful its buffs and debuffs are, its requirement to have a higher multiplier is have higher HP. So if you don't have a healer, on the second turn, he'll be that much weaker. It drops to a multiplier of 78.12 from 87.53. So you do want to run it with a healer, but the option's always there if that 78 is good enough. It's another good thing about this medal is that it adds to the counter, because a lot of medals, if you don't have any medals that add to the counter, a lot of quests that have like red or blue numbers above the enemy's head that are very low can really screw you over. So having a balance of medals that up the counter or ignore the counter and medals that don't is a good mixture. So this medal does increase the counter by +1. So it's a good and bad thing depending on what you're doing. But because it has carryover buffs, I actually prefer that it has counter +1. Now for its supernova, it's a supernova ++, meaning that if you hit a magic enemy, you're gonna hit it for that much more damage. Really good. 240 multiplier. It's at the average now. That's becoming anyways. And it is a 2-turn metal strengthening Keyblade. Oh my god, that was not even the proper way of saying that. It is a 2-turn buffer for speed metal for the entire Keyblade. So 2 turns, the entire Keyblade is going to get 6,000. With Renova Ventus, you get to get 12,000 for 2 turns. Depending on how many Ventuses you have, that can be 18,000 for 2 turns. So that is really, really good. First turn, 18,000. Next turn, 18,000 just for casting the Renovas and this medal by itself. If not, you got 6,000 extra speed metal strength for 6,000 for 2 turns. Really sweet. It's also got some strength buff in there if you need it for everything. Speed, strength, upright by 15. It gives you 300% guilt, and you can't complain about this medal. Strong PvE medal. Again, though, if you look at it, 45,000, 87.53 multiplier. If your Keyblade already has Axles, I've got Rage Form Sora here. I have Axel, and I have 2 Chain of Memory Soras, plus I did pull Tifa. I'm pretty much set. If you're rocking like all Axles, you're set as well too. If you have something really old, like let's say even Mickey. Mickey's fine here, guys. Mickey works too. Mickey's got 41,000 strength, a great multiplier too. But if you guys are rocking like something like this medal still, or the TVA medals for sure, or over here Gula, then it is time for an upgrade. You can see the multipliers and the strength aren't really there. And also the speed stacking is really good. I'm not saying that it can't be done, because if you do have some Axles and you have Gula, you're probably passing content because the Axles are carrying Gula's lack of strength. Gula will still do a lot of strength, are still a lot of damage, but it's better to upgrade if you haven't yet, just so you don't miss on these banners being 5 Mercy Pull. But everything gets outdated, everything gets upgraded. If you guys are comfortable, then don't pull. But realistically, if your Keyblades look solid and you're happy and you're passing content, then look at your next Keyblade. All right, Counterpoint. Do I have to upgrade Counterpoint? Counterpoint on my side, looking pretty good. I've got all these Elsas going on. Renova Aqua over here. Is that the Renova one? I think it is. It is. There's so many Aquas in this game. So I would love to pull for that new one, but my speed copy medal over here has the metal strength, magic metal strength plus 5,000, and that's why I'm not looking towards the other banners. But for the Sora and Riku, solid medal. You can skip it if you need to. Your jewels are worth more than any medal in the game, because when a new medal comes out, it's usually better than the previous medals. Sometimes it's by a huge amount and sometimes by a small amount. So it all depends on what you have. Your Keyblade level is really, really important, and your sub slots are more important. So if your sub slots are low, pulling for a new medal and increasing your sub slots is a big gain. If you already have high sub slots and level 50 Keyblades, then pulling new medals isn't really the best idea. Me personally, there's 3 days left on this Reaper medal, and I really like copycat medals. Copycat medals always do a good job of complementing so many Keyblades, especially in PvP, and especially when they get better rewards. So I'm thinking I'm going to save another 3,700 jewels before this is over, because we're going to get, what's today? Today, it's technically 4 days including today. So by the time this is gone, so today is Friday. 1, 2, 3. It should still be here on Monday, and our weekly, where is it, missions reset. So this gives you 1,000 jewels here. There's 10 quests for 100 jewels each. That's 1,000 there, plus dailies of 300 jewels. So that gives me another 3 days of 900, 1,900, plus whatever login you have in the beginning as well too, just for logging in, and what other quests we got going on. Plus Union Cross, I might jump in there. I think I'm going to do that and grab myself the Reaper. And then after that, I'm going to roll traits, because I got to roll a couple more traits on like my Sephiroth. So that's how I'm planning my pulls. That's how you guys should be looking at it as well too. If you guys still need something from here, then yeah, go for it. You know what I mean? These are limited time medals where these will come back All 3 of these medals will come back into the draw system. They're not limited, where this is an event only. So I still say priority is on the Final Fantasy VII banner. Yes, the Reaper is the best medal out of all these medals, but every medal here is going to help you. Just pick and choose what Keyblade you need to work on. It's not what medal's better, it's what Keyblade is lacking in strength. Is your counterpoint lacking in strength? Upgrade it. Is your Sleeping Lion lacking in strength? Upgrade it. If you're passing all content, then don't upgrade anything. Go for the Final Fantasy VII Remake medals because they're limited, and save all the other jewels and just keep going. You know what I mean? Obviously, having future-proofing your Keyblades is good, Reaper, etc., but it's all up to you guys. Again, content hasn't been too hard, too crazy. Everything's pretty straightforward. I still have a lot of it to complete, and I haven't done it yet. As long as you complete the big bonus challenge, that's the most important thing. So, besides that, what else do we got for notices? Besides all the quests that are around, they're pretty straightforward to do. Avatar boards came back, Zootopia. I never got them in the beginning. I'm kind of tempted to get them, but at the same time, I'm hurting on jewels, and I'd rather go for the medals that are coming out than these avatar boards. This is purely cosmetics. If you guys want to go for it, go for it. This is like one of the OG boards that came out a long time ago in the beginning of the game. There was actually a controversy around this. I forget what it was. If you guys remember, you can mention in the comment section, because I remembered something about the avatar board not having something, or the metal got nerfed. So people bought the boards and it came with the metal of Judy and Nick, and they weren't the same as JP's, obviously, right? So people made a big deal about that. I remember that. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of news around this, man. And then, yeah, you have new avatar boards over here, which have good traits, good skills on them. Attack boost 12 maxes and all that good stuff. Yeah, 12 max SP gauge 1, attack boost max 12 max, and Lux++ with power gems and all the other good stuff. And then you got returning boards that don't have as good skills, but they're just there for cosmetics. So if you guys are rolling in the jewels and you don't care, yeah, cosmetics. Always fun to dress up your avatar, even though my avatar just looks like it came out of a horror show. But that's pretty much for the update. That's the new medal. If you guys are going for it, let me know down below. Honestly, no matter what you go for in these banners, it's just purely on your account. All the advice in the world is only determined by what you need. So take advice, but always look at what you need. A medal can be very, very powerful, but if you're passing content, the jewels are always worth more, because they can carry on for everything in this game. If you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll smell you later.